I am stunned by this game, actually. I'm more stunned by this in a certain sense than I was by NC State beating Clemson. That's it's just the honest truth here. Really. I thought that we were going to lead this game consistently, and we ended up leading it consistently, but I thought we were going to, win by, again, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns. That's what I was thinking. It was anything but. And that's the concerning thing, because while Rutgers is a good team, they're very improved. Not even kidding you, they could beat Ohio State next week. Not saying they will. I think the Buckeyes will win, but they could. They actually have a chance now. This offense is in trouble. We met a team who could hold us to under 3 yards a carry. We averaged 2.9 yards per rush, had 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 field goals. Cade McNamara had only threw 16 times, only completed 9 passes for 163 yards, 10 yards average per pass. The only compliment I can give McNamara at this point is really just him being a decent game manager. He doesn't turn over the ball. That's the only compliment I can really give him. And that may seem mean, but I don't think it is. I mean, he's not as bad as O'Korn, not as bad as Spate post-injury. He in theory, McNamara is enough for us to win what we need to win. If you think, it's preposterous, we can't win the Big Ten with McNamara, we can. But the question is, do we? Because looking at all of this, I see Blake Corum, I see Hassan Haskins, I see AJ Henning, Mike Sanis-Thrill, Cornelius Johnson, Eric all looking, and Dalen Baldwin too, looking at everything. This comes down to coaching. This game right here. You think, we were coaching as well as we could. Rutgers was just, doing their thing. No. We were up 20-3 at the end of half. They scored 10 unanswered points in the second, and we stopped them. That is offensive coaching. That's what it is. We didn't do our job on offense. I mean, seriously. Go to play-by-play on ESPN. First drive, touchdown. Hold Rutgers to a field goal. Touchdown again. They turn it over on downs. It's 14-3. We punt. Big deal. Did it against Western, did it against Washington. We force them to punt again. We get a field goal, make it 17-3. Another turnover on downs. Get another field goal, though that probably should have been a touchdown. Still 20-3 at the half. Very encouraging. Third quarter. Rutgers punt. Michigan punt. Rutgers 91-yard, 5-minute, 31-second touchdown drive. It's 20-10. You're thinking, oh no, not this again. After that, Michigan punt. Rutgers field goal. It's now 20-13. Michigan punt. Rutgers missed field goal. Michigan punt. Rutgers turnover on downs. Missed field goal by Michigan. That was painful when I saw on the notification that we missed that. Only saying that because I was at the Michigan State-Nebraska game, so I could not watch this game. My phone was dead. But I was going with my dad and his friends, and they would keep me updated because as Michigan State fans, they love to see when Michigan is not doing well. We weren't doing well yesterday. Luckily, we forced a fumble, and that was the end of the game, and we needed out. But getting to the takeaways here. The first half, we played a good first half. We held them on 2 fourth downs, which, Rutgers being under Schiano, doing trick plays, being a chaos team, being good defensively, 20-3 is not bad at all. We scored the most points any team has scored on Rutgers thus far, which means we're better than Syracuse. It's not saying much, but we're not our 2020 selves at all. And the defense never broke down, honestly. We held them on another 4th down again, and they converted another one as well, but they were 1 of 4 on 4th downs. We had a good 4th down defense. They did not complete 50 100% of their third downs either. So the defense did its job. We held them to just over 300 yards, but only 13 points. Defense did its job. The offense, not even 300 yards. Barely over 100 in rushing, which again, about only 3 yards per rush. It's unacceptable. And Rutgers ran for 5 yards a carry. I mean, the only positives here, as I've already mentioned, first half play was amazing and the defense never broke down. There are more concerns than the two that I listed. We could mention how we let Noah Vedral pass all over us. We could mention how we could really dive in and focus on the run game and how Rutgers contained Blake Corum and Hassan Haskins like how Ohio State would contain our running backs. I mean, it was devastating. Shouldn't have happened. We should have, in retrospect, if we didn't overlook them, if we truly respected Rutgers, this game would have ended probably 34-10. Would have came out at halftime, had a game plan, didn't just think we could rush all over them because, it's Rutgers. Coach Schiano is a solid head coach, great head coach, love what he's doing at Rutgers. This team is the best team we faced thus far by a decent margin. I'd say Rutgers and Western Michigan are our two toughest opponents. One we dominated. We could have equally dominated if we didn't get arrogant. I think from what I've seen, what others told me too, especially from what I've seen, it looks like in the second half we mainly thought we could just kind of run all over them, not change up our game plan, and Schiano would just give up. And that isn't Rutgers, and that isn't Schiano. As I've said, you have to prepare for every game like you're playing Ohio State. This team didn't prepare like they were preparing for Ohio State, and that's why we almost lost. It's kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie. And I get that, Cade wasn't responsible for all those drops. He threw a perfect near touchdown pass when we were up 14-3. That's why we only went up 17-3. That was a near perfect pass. Well covered. Michigan dude couldn't necessarily hang on to it, and we had to kick the field goal. In the first half, people that say we don't have a passing game, we do. The first half shows that we have potential for a moderately potent passing game, which if we can run like we ran in the first 3 games on Big Ten teams with our passing game of this first half, Big Ten contenders immediately. Playoff contenders immediately. If we can pass like how we passed in the first half, run like we have in the first 3 games, and test the edge. We need to test the edge too. We didn't do that against Rutgers. If we can test the edge like we had in the first 3 games, run very well, get big plays. This Michigan team has had more big plays than I've seen, and a lot of other Michigan teams have. Big plays on the ground and through the air. Pass like we did in the first half against Rutgers. Test the outside. Adapt. Big Ten contenders immediately. But the lack of adaptation, which has been consistent under Harbaugh, and this is where some of you might get mad at me. This game tells me that there's a decent chance the season might be already over. Maybe that's too pessimistic, but we play like we did in the second half. We ain't beating Ohio State. We aren't beating Penn State. We might not even beat Michigan State. And we definitely aren't winning our bowl game because the NCAA always loves to match us up with good bowl opponents. There are some other teams, Penn State noted, where they will get in New Year's Six Bowls non-top 10 opponents. Michigan, rare exception. Boosters, everyone loves Michigan to get in a good bowl game matchup. We aren't winning a bowl game. We're getting 11 wins, even 10, with the way this offense played in the second half. We just aren't doing it. And it's sad. I hope that we take this as a learning experience heading into Wisconsin. I'll do my preview video on that, but just a little spoiler. I think that no matter this game, I think we beat Wisconsin. I hate to say it. Against Wisconsin, let me tell you something. The spread is even. And it opened up with Michigan being underdogs, which tells you that everyone is betting on, and to me, tells everyone wants to bet on Michigan. We opened up as underdogs. The players are going to take that in a positive way. Wisconsin is 1-2 against the spread. We're 3-1. We're 4-0 on record. They're 1-2 in record. 0-1 in conference. Penn State is like us in a certain sense, honestly, except switch around the fact that they struggle with running and they're good at passing. Switch that around with us. That's Penn State. Penn State, thank you, Penn State, and thank you, Notre Dame. They have given us the blueprint on how to beat Wisconsin. Play the same defense we've been playing, except definitely stack the box more, because Wisconsin, all they seem to do, run up the middle, target their tight ends. Graham Mertz can't throw. I mean, honestly, part of me just wants to say, go back to Don Brown's schemes, put him in man blitz, and we just win this game. I mean, Graham Mertz, 1 touchdown, 6 interceptions. I can't pick Wisconsin to win this game. I can't do it. I can't do it. And that's partially what sucks is I'm hoping the staff takes this as a learning experience, but they may not, because they don't necessarily need to against this Wisconsin team. I'm hoping staff takes it as a learning experience. We beat Wisconsin by, I hope more than 2 touchdowns, seeing how bad this Wisconsin team is, honestly. It's disappointing. Michigan needs to, shore up their act on offense. I'm hoping they try some new things against Wisconsin. I'm hoping we try to pass against Wisconsin because their run defense is ferocious. I hope we try to test the edge and all that stuff. Do everything against them the whole game that we did not do against Rutgers in the second half. But I'm disappointed. And you should be too if you're a Michigan fan, that we only beat Rutgers by 7. I hope that they show some fight against Ohio State and, that Ohio State only beats them by 7 or 3 so that we look better. Or maybe I hope that they crush Rutgers so that inspires our players to play better. Tell me what you think about this game in the comments below, because I'm disappointed, not necessarily panicking either. We had a bad game against Colorado in 2016. We've had other seasons where we had close games, pulled it out. But just tell me what you think in the comments below. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe, join this awesome community. It's just that simple. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.